And welcome y'all to Blacker the Motherfucking Berry. Listen,
Sure.
well, you know what? Before I get into who's here, I want to let y'all know something.
What's up?
You know, Social Media House has headquarters in Colorado.
Yeah, shout out Boulder.
So let's actually do this. Let's actually go back.
We in Boulder right now.
Live from Boulder, Colorado. Social Media House.
I love
You
it.
got Dean right over there. That's the Madman Los. We got a special guest in the building. Listen, you know them from Keep It 1000 podcast. You know what I'm saying? They do that.
sir.
You know, Los and this gentleman as well. You know what I'm saying? They also
sir.
run. Let's listen. He's one half of the admins of the Battle Rap group on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm gonna introduce y'all. Y'all probably know my man Chris Cash. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Berry Gang, Chris in the building.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Chris in the building.
Welcome,
Chris, we about to change the handle. Berry Gang Chris. Let's get it.
Yeah, so
Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
So we live in Boulder right now, and since we live in Boulder, we've been experiencing a lot of different atmosphere. We mile high.
It's yeah. I would concur with that.
You know, we play on words. We are mile high.
Yeah, I would
Yes,
definitely
sir.
concur with that. It's it's legal out here in Colorado. So for anybody who's upset, get over it. People go out and get drunk every day, and no one says anything about it. So somebody has to take a little toke. I
Yeah.
think it's all right.
Especially because alcohol is legitly poison too.
Yeah, very much so.
You can die from alcohol poisoning. Have any of y'all heard of somebody dying of marijuana overdose as of late?
No,
I heard
but
somebody taking a nap.
They die from
That's it.
stupidity, which is kind of linked to smoking weed, though.
Nah, I'm not going to
Well,
give
if you want to look at it like that, then
Not
what
gonna
about
give you
stupidity
that.
linked with alcohol? That's a whole nother.
Yeah, so think about that one.
A little bit of reach.
No, not even in reach. It is, but that's a whole nother topic that we have to bring up if
That's
you're going to
true.
bring that up.
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely. But listen, I think it's a beautiful thing out here in Colorado because one, I'm actually, before we get into, the marijuana of things, I want to talk about the positive effects that the marijuana has had out here. So if you're going out in these streets,
$1 million, $1 billion industry in the last couple of years?
it's $1 billion industry over. No. I think it's like
Colorado, at least.
Yeah, I think in Colorado it's $1 billion industry, or it's like high millions.
Yeah.
But it's the tax revenue that is bringing in for the people, and then the tax, and then, but then besides that, how much money they're able to invest in that infrastructure, which we're able to see when we walk out in these streets.
Right,
so
right.
I'm just saying it's and then
super clean out here, too.
it's fascinating. It's completely fascinating to me. I just don't understand why we have so many detractors saying that they don't want to legalize marijuana when you already have alcohol legal.
And you know what? I think that plays to my angle that I was telling you before,
Sure.
that like some of these big wig companies and these in these industries don't want legalization of weed because it's just they would cripple and it'd be too much of a competitor. You know what I mean? They don't want to deal with
extremely.
They don't want to deal with, and because you know what it is like weed is like it's like a fad, but that's like endless. The time is never will. It's always going to be in season.
I would actually say that it isn't a fad because if you look at the history of marijuana, it's basically kind of always been on a steady incline. One of the big reasons that it's even illegal federally is because white men thought that it was going to allow, their white, wives and daughters and sisters
To
and
mess
white
with the
cousins
brothers.
to go out here and mess with some brothers.
That's
and
messed
little
up.
did you know, marijuana was not needed for that.
No.
Actually, what was actually happening is
there is somewhat of a correlation socially, though.
No, yeah, for sure. But you know what actually happened back in the day? They used to smoke marijuana back in the day. They actually called it jive. And what they did is they would go to the jazz club.
They didn't
Yes,
call it no
did.
damn jive.
Yes, they did.
Really?
Called it jive, my brother.
Break down the science.
I will look down the year for you in a second. I
That's
actually
that
have it in my
Harlem
notes.
Renaissance shit. That's that 1920s shit.
Hey, you're actually on path. You're actually correct with that. But what they would actually do is they would smoke reefer and then they would go to the club, listen to jazz musicians, and they would dance. And, of course, back in the day, segregation and all that other stuff, they weren't really particularly fond of their daughters, nieces, nephews hanging out with African Americans.
100%.
But those were the spots back in the day. And even a lot of white people that weren't racist, they can actually clarify that. And it's amazing
But-
that marijuana could bring everybody together.
Exactly, because it's a peace, man. It's all peace, love, man.
But then unfortunately,
I've never met so much happy white people than right now. There's so many happy white people out here.
Well, imagine what would have happened if we didn't have because we're in Colorado. I'm having a little bit of a blank. And I hate the man so much. The old FBI director. Oh my God, he was the closet homosexual who hated. Who started the war on drugs? He was instrumental in it with Nixon. Come on, J. Edgar Hoover.
I'm about to say Hoover. Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Hoover. Yeah.
Yes.
Who
So
he
he didn't. So because he sweet marijuana was swept into all that. So think about it, like federally, what it used to be before Obama had passed that law. Kind of, what did he lower marijuana?
Decriminalized it.
He decriminalized it. Yeah. But then he also lowered it on the federal.
Oh, the class, the felony,
absolutely,
the misdemeanor list.
It's amazing to me how people would get off who has cocaine. That they would get a slap on the wrist, but then somebody who had a dime bag of weed was going away for 15, 20, sometimes 30 years, depending on where you at. If you listen, if you were Pastor Mason Dixon, you're fucked.
Wasn't it worse in the Reagan era?
Even
as
still.
Well?
Oh,
what happened?
Reagan era.
Wasn't
Reagan,
era?
Reagan is the devil that brought the war on crimes, war on drugs. Excuse me.
No, yeah, but what I basically meant by that was that when people started getting arrested more because of the marijuana. Like there was really a crackdown on
drugs in general.
It was just drugs in general, but
crack back then and cocaine. But I'm sure reefer was.
But a lot of people were still smoking weed, and they were still getting.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go.
No, they wouldn't let reefer slide at all. Though it was basically the same.
100%.
But I think the more of a focus was more on this new thing. Well, what the fuck was crack? Because remember, like weed was out like 60s, 70s. Woodstock and all
people been smoking weed.
They've been
right.
Yeah,
actually, weed was out way before the 60s and 70s as well.
Definitely.
Well, that's that too. But what I'm saying,
100%.
in our U.S. Last century.
Nah, they would listen because like I said, they were smoking weed before they came over here, I believe as well.
Oh yeah, the Indians was doing that shit too.
100%.
Imagine smoking some Indian weed right now.
That's what was in the peace pipes.
Imagine smoking some Indian weed right now. You be on some. That ain't no peyote. That's that shit out. You'll be talking to wolf spirits and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Here is a question. I have for y'all.
Ain't no runts. You gonna wake up talking to your ancestors like Wakanda. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's a question.
What's up?
Are we nervous that eventually weed is going to become poisoned the same way that they've poisoned like tobacco per se?
I don't think so. Because I think
do you know how much shit tobacco's but why wouldn't they?
Are you asking for his personal opinion, or do you want him to have the perspective of everybody?
I'm asking for your personal opinion.
I don't think so, because I think as we go along, weed will definitely get more scientific, and with the way they do it now, you see it's starting to come in many different forms and being infused and stuff like that. I think that's going to be more heightened, but I don't think that they would lace it. I mean, some people do. People do, definitely do. But I don't think that, because I don't know. I don't know really what's the purpose of it.
It's funny. I wouldn't be surprised if people did.
Bingo. Listen,
they do though.
Look at what I'm saying. Is,
there's people who've been talking about lace weed with PCP and all this other stuff.
Oh no, I'm not.
All that ketamine and all that other crazy
yeah, but with
shit.
the middleman, we're talking about from the distributor themselves.
Yeah, they start lacing it with let's say some more like I'm saying when big corporations really get into it.
Right.
Like for instance, let's look at Purdue Chicken, right? So you remember fuck. Matter of fact, we're not gonna say Purdue Chicken because I don't want any lawsuits. Let's just take any kind of chicken company in general. Don't you remember a few years back when they had those documentaries where they take you into the slaughterhouses? Oh yeah, of like the chicken houses, and then even of like the even beef as well and pork. You see how they treat our food. So why wouldn't they start tampering with the marijuana? That's the one thing that does make me a little nervous in regards to when it becomes a legalization of it. But the counter of that is going to be that the minute that marijuana is legalized federally, is that it's going to open up the opportunity for grants. And then also then the U.S. will be able to pay for instance science institutions or big colleges who say, hey, listen, we want to look on the study of effects of marijuana in athletes or marijuana in this, marijuana in that. Now the federal government is able to then give money out to it because we all live in this fake ass we god damn it, fucking Denver has fucked me up. We live in this fake ass capitalistic society because it's really not capitalism. When you really think about it, excuse me, not capitalist society. Not? We live in a quasi-capitalist society. This is more like a socialism, capitalism mix when you think about it. Because think about all the government programs that are out there.
Right, yeah, we try to help people. Yep. We don't really do much, but we try to.
But then if it was true capitalism, that wouldn't be out there like that. Yeah, and if the government ran the way it was supposed to, it really wouldn't be out there like that either.
But I mean, like, what the fuck you can? How is there capital? How can you have capitalists if you have nobody competing in the market? So you got to take care of them. You know what I mean? You got to bail them out sometimes.
But I'm saying that it's they make it seem as if it's this level and evil, like an even playing field. And what I'm saying is that it's not.
We all know that.
But then because it's not, you then created this dependency, within your civilization, which then has called for these certain social programs. So what? But I'm saying, but like if we lived in a true capitalist society in such a manner, you wouldn't have those programs.
Mm-hmm. No, I get
people
that.
would be given it like out of the kindness of your heart, and then it would be like true not-for-profits.
It'd be like a gladiator sport almost. Because
you see, the strong would survive and the weak would die.
I see what you mean.
So what I'm saying is
my
that
point too, though.
100%. But
you have to have people to compete. And you can't do that.
Which is why I'm saying we live in this fake. I'm saying we live in this.
You can't do that if niggas is dying.
And that actually brings it back. It's almost like a full circle thing. That actually brings it back to what you were saying about people tampering with marijuana and, of course, tamper to make it stronger or whatever to sell.
Right.
That's, competition is going to get really...
and that's what I'm saying. And that's why these big companies don't want it, because now Big Pharma definitely doesn't want it. That's
poison the shit out of our people.
That's a huge competitor. The textile company, they don't want it. You could use it in architecture and building materials. So it's like a multifaceted thing that you can use hemp and cannabis products for.
Right.
That is like, oh, shit.
But then my question just becomes to them. I just don't understand. Well, then I guess because it would just take so much money, for them to do that. But like, they could easily start to shift in their portfolios for this up and coming rise, because everybody's not just going to jump on the marijuana train.
Right.
So these companies, if they were smart enough, they would understand that they can create a subdivision, let that subdivision grow. Like for instance, let's look at.
I would have to see it because I'm listening.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I'll take Macy's, right? So Macy's is closing down. Like they announced, I think it was 2017, they were going to close down like I think 20% of their stores or 30% of their stores or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. And so they've been doing it slowly but surely. But what's been happening is that they've been basically bolstering their online shopping. Mm-hmm. Because that's where everybody's going now. So it would just be the same for them. Mm-hmm. Those companies, what I'm saying is, so for instance, if I'm in construction, right?
Yep.
What I would do is, especially depending on where you live, you have everybody who wants to be all energy free and green or whatever like that.
Right.
Once marijuana became, legalized federally, I would then start a small subdivision of getting material that was hemp based to build on.
Right.
Let that grow itself naturally,
right.
Because then what's going to end up happening is that what you originally had is going to keep shrinking. But then what you can do is take your workers that are going from the traditional textile, transfer them over to the hemp side of things,
and that's what I think it's going.
And then you can still grow
a
things.
Whole nother market.
But then I don't understand. But then it just begs the reason why they still not want to legalize federally. And honestly, I think it comes down to criminal justice reform, and we have to remember that the United States has recently been sued by the private prison industry for not providing enough bodies in their jail cells,
which is crazy.
So I think that in itself is where it's really is the real big issue.
Because U.S. too is like U.S. has the most like 80% of the population is like locked up or something crazy like that.
Not 80% of the population. We have like. I think it's a certain amount of the world's population.
Oh, okay.
Is locked up.
Oh, okay.
We have locked up in citizens.
Right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So and prisons are already overcrowded. You know what I'm saying? People are already saying it costs people like $30,000 for one
50.
inmate.
It's 50.
Oh, $50,000 for one inmate.
Yep.
Right. So now they're suing because it's not filled enough.
Yeah. For the private
is closing down.
Well, then that's also because New York, and this is the power of voting people. Because New York actually has something. Actually, you have your computer up?
I can't wait to go back to New York. We love you, Colorado.
It's the only reason I asked if you could, because I just want to double check, but I'm pretty sure New York is one of the states. I know it's in Los Angeles, but we actually banned private prisons, or we're starting, or like we're basically starting, like they have to like transfer over the prisons to the state.
Yes, I
Am I correct?
I heard something about that. Yes, I read an article about that.
So that's why that's why Rikers is becoming closed down because of that. But when you go down to places like Louisiana and Texas and stuff like that, Negro, please. You see what I'm saying?
No, because aren't those county jails, right? And those are like super max, like big prisons
but then,
like that. And some of them are like working prisons too.
What happened?
Some of them are like working prisons,
which
too.
I think those working prisons are more so private prisons. Like you got to think about it. How was it that Bloomberg was able to exploit prison labor for customer service calls? I mean, not customer service calls for his campaign calls. That's what he just came under fire for in his campaign. See what I'm saying? So that he's not getting that from the county jails.
By law, he's protected though. So. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so it's just, but
doesn't make it right. But I'm saying it's in the Constitution.
No,
so,
but what I'm saying is, what prison is doing it? Is that going to be the county, or do you think it's more to a private prison? I haven't done the full research. If someone wants to go do the research and comment under that, but y'all punk asses won't. Y'all can go ahead and check me, but I'm pretty sure that it's private prisons that's mostly happening in. See what I'm saying? I know back in the day, they used to have the jails used to make like the license plates, yada yada yada, that kind of stuff. I don't know if they still do, but it's just an interesting fact, and I think that's one of the major reasons why marijuana it's having such a long fight, as well. And then you just got a whole bunch of these old ass white dudes who just want to keep fighting it. Like,
speaking of, when do you think it will be
Republican Party?
When do you think it will be fully legalized federally?
It's funny.
On all three, maybe or at least I'll break it down. Maybe in federally, and then maybe like all three levels, because sometimes some states will still say they're against it.
Like in Utah, porn is illegal.
It's funny. I was actually thinking about that. It's funny that you asked that question. I was gonna say like 20 years.
20 more years.
Not gonna lie. They're gonna drag it 20 years. Yeah.
For federal or for all three levels?
All three.
And what do you think about just federal level?
20. No, 15.
15 years.
No, I don't think. I don't think it's gonna be that long. Yeah,
you think so?
I think it's in like 5 to 10.
I think they're gonna drag it.
I was actually gonna go 3 to 5.
I think they're gonna drag their feet, knowing how lucrative this can actually be and the positive effects that it would have, but also take you away from.
They know that Colorado in the first year did like $1 million and like like millions of dollars and like their state economy.
They're gonna drag it.
It goes back to a little bit of what I said and a lot of what he said earlier in regards to like certain big businesses,
right?
And their relationship with these lobbyists who are fighting it. So that's going to be the real big question.
Of course, and they're with the lobbyists fighting it because they know that it's going to be detrimental to them if this actually happens.
But I also think also like your part, and the thing is like the like we live in a capitalist structure. So we have to adapt
with a lot of socialism into it.
But I'm saying the businesses, they work within a business.
Excuse me. Actually, no. Ooh. Once again, Colorado's fucking me up because I'm talking about the money market versus. Well, actually, no, that all ties in together. Yeah. Never mind. I was right.
But what I was saying is that
we live in a quasi-democratic socialist society. There we go.
Oh shit, that's a lot.
Because we do.
Yeah, he did say that earlier.
Right? Yeah, we are. It's like a democratic, socialist, capitalist society.
It's liberal.
Like,
I see what you're saying. But yeah, they threw me off now.
I'm sorry.
These fucking gummies. But
motherfucker.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say is all these companies. I'm trying to get it back. Let me see.
It's Colorado, man.
It's the Mile High. I'm not used to being Mile High. You know what I mean?
Nah, this isn't something that we normally do every day.
No, it's not. It's not.
We came out here and then listen, shout out once again to social media house. They have some connections out here, so we decided we're gonna take out the studio,
little branch,
and then
a little branch out here.
You know what I'm saying?
Berry Gang team just indulge in the festivities, man.
That number 2, put us on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's the Matt of the Colorado region.
Yeah,
y'all, once again, y'all can use Colorado Berry Gang if y'all want to go ahead and rent out the spot.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, though.
Shout out to Berry Gang as well.
Yeah.
One quick question. Remember when you said that you want to see how people they want to test athletes on the marijuana, right? It's funny. They're actually allowed. Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Baseball. Good on baseball.
Major league and the minor leagues now.
Minor leagues too?
Yeah, it was minor leagues first.
Baseball on the regular has been very, very innovative in certain regards, certain things. Except for their replay, they've been fighting that for a while.
And the game speed, but we'll talk about that.
Well, it's fucking base. I don't watch baseball, but I guess in certain regards,
might make the game slower.
What game was longer? Either fucking extra innings, 10 extra innings, or not 10 extra innings, but 10 innings. A soccer match or fucking Avengers Endgame? Which one is longer?
Obviously, it's going to be the 10 innings. But here's the thing, though, with baseball, which I respect.
Or Gangs of New York, because Gangs of New York is fucking.
Shout out to Gangs of New York, though.
Like 4 hours long.
But here's the thing.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, it's longer than Titanic? Definitely.
What? It might be. I don't know.
Longer than Titanic?
No, Titanic's a long ass one. But anyway, get back to your point.
Well, shit.
This is what
Colorado,
happens.
baby.
You remember Hangover 3 and they're like, Bangkok has you now. It's like,
that's how I feel.
Colorado has you now. Boulder has you now, baby.
Nothing we can do. We can do. Shout out to
so
Joey
we're talking
Diaz.
baseball, MLB.
No, about that.
Oh, shout out to baseball for actually, they don't do that tie draw bullshit. Am I correct? You either win or you lose. Like they're gonna play out.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Respect them for that shit.
They don't.
Nothing irks me more than watching a fucking professional athletes have to tie.
A three
Kind of
column
fucking fuckery bullshit is this?
No, regular season, I understand it sometimes.
No. Win or lose, motherfucker. You know how much money y'all getting paid? I don't give a fuck about all that shit.
All right. Anyways, you're
contracts.
You're going on a side tangent.
It's in Colorado. I'm sorry.
Back to the weed.
All right, Steven.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and we talked about it so much about these. You know, I think because weed and cannabis and all the other byproducts are so
THC.
Yeah, it's like a magical plant. It's God's gift to the earth.
CBD. Excuse me.
You know what I'm saying? So it's so resourceful and can be so positive in so many different facets. You know, health field, like I said before, textiles, building, all the other stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't see why we would oppose it at this point because it's almost like a too good to be true kind of thing.
Because
the government's like, no fun in America, no fun.
No, yeah, it's the old heads up top that aren't allowing it to go down. They want to shut the party down.
Mm-hmm. Like, you gotta think about it. They call weed dope.
God damn it!
Like dope is fucking like. Do y'all know that dope is like dope? Like that's like heroin.
Nah,
that's
it's
like
not dope. Is not dope.
No,
dope is dope, but
it's heroin.
Is not dope.
That's what I'm saying. You can't
Shit is not dope, kid.
What I'm saying is to the older crowd, they say dope, and then you see what I'm saying, and they're lumping marijuana within all that fuckery, and
that's
like,
what I'm saying too. And why does
I blame music for that? To be honest,
why does weed have that negative stigma though?
Hold on, time out. How can you blame the music for that?
Because I honestly feel like back in the day, or not even back in the day, like 10 years ago, we weren't calling marijuana dope. I don't recall anybody, at least people that I were around, dope.
They've been calling that shit for a while.
I must have been under a rock.
I've always said, what are you young whippersnappers smoking? The reefers. I've always called it reefer.
Yeah, reefer, marijuana, jive. Never called it dope.
I like never heard no motherfucker call that shit
nothing.
jive.
If y'all start saying jive again, y'all better credit.
Look it up.
Y'all better credit. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard nobody call that shit jive.
Listen, man.
I can't jive with that. I can't jive with this jive. You know what I'm saying? That weed has stems and seeds in it and shit back then.
I wonder, and then this is going to happen if they legalize it federally. But I wonder what kind of military implications marijuana could have.
I don't think they will let them do it.
No. I'm not talking about them doing it. I doubt that. No. I'm not talking about them smoking it. But let's just take the CBD oil or something like that, or like when it comes
CBD
to pain,
sure.
like
CBD for sure.
certain kind of creams that possibly could be made for these, for some of them
aches
things.
that they may have.
This
Absolutely,
is why I'm saying it, man, because there's definitely a demand for the market. You know what I'm saying? And like you said before, companies would have to adapt and adopt some of these ideologies,
which could then make them more money because then they'll be part of the resurgence of it.
And you're competing in two markets. It's almost like there's like the gas and electric.
Yeah, but like you said earlier, the guys that are with the lobbyists, they're not going to allow that to happen. It's going to run their pockets.
But some companies will.
Some of them will. Some of them won't. But then you know what it is too.
If the demand gets big enough, they will.
The demand is already there.
No, but it could get bigger, bro. Because look at it now. Like look at it now. Like remember it was cars that were hybrids. Now there's fully functional electric cars. You know what I mean? Soon there's going to be cars running on hemp oil, and as soon as it's going to, you know what I mean? Like
I saw a Tesla charging the other day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So literally, it's gonna. I think that's why I said that before. I think that within 5 to 10 years, I think it's gonna really do because I think the demand is going to be more creative for it.
Right now, we are living in the midst of history because we are living in the gold rush of marijuana. There's going to be a new generation of extremely wealthy individuals coming off of this whole marijuana shit. It's about to be like its
own industry.
Got to be open.
America's going to probably get bought again because we know they were bought. What was America bought? Was it the 30s or the 20s?
What?
No. I think it was the 30s, maybe or the 40s that America was bought.
By who?
It was a few families that bought America. Yeah, it was like a newspaper article about it.
Oh, he's talking about the five major families.
Maybe
I think that's
maybe after the Depression.
You know what? Hold on. Since we're in Colorado,
you ain't talking about the Rothschilds and the.
Since we're in Colorado, this is something we normally do. Let's just ask Siri. Hold on.
Rockefellers.
Hey Siri, when was America purchased?
1847.
I didn't want to know when they purchased Alaska, motherfucker. I said when was it?
But we're speaking on weed at this point, right? While Dean searches, back to me.
What the fuck?
It's amazing what marijuana can do,
like
right?
you know what it is that fascinates me now, and we spoke about it before.
What is
This is
that?
a conspiracy. Nah, fuck that. Yo, one of y'all motherfuckers out there look and find out when America was purchased. I know this shit was fucking. Nah, this is some fuckery now.
Anyway, what fascinates me about weed is that how many forms it comes in now, and I know that people are gonna, and that's why I think about weed is gonna be like, yo, people are gonna take it to a whole nother level, especially with this science shit. There's gonna be weed, like smokeless weed. You know what I mean? There's gonna be fucking, you know what I mean? Like
Vapor.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be all types of different shit. You know, so I'm worried because there's gummies, there's wax, there's hash, there's fucking brownies, all this other shit.
No, but then that was for us to get Louisiana.
What this? You're still. I'm over here talking about weed. You still on Louisiana? America was bought, man. All right, it was 80 fucking years ago.
Man, yeah, you're right. Y'all right. It's Colorado. My bad. I'm sorry. It's shit happens. This is gonna be an interesting episode.
God damn it, man! Like so what are y'all? I mean, for the pot smokers out there, what are y'all favorite munchies? You know what I mean? Like I know people get the munchies when they get high. So what are y'all things? What are some of the things y'all like to snack on? You know what I mean? When you be
Could people be healthy though?
Yeah, what constitutes as munchies? Because
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I can say Chipotle, and it's like, no, that's not a snack. No, it actually is.
Can
No?
you say Chipotle is a snack?
kind of a
You could say like a fruit bowl.
yeah.
I like Doritos, man.
Doritos. What kind of Doritos, man?
Nacho cheese.
The nacho cheese.
Okay.
I'm a white cheddar popcorn guy. I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with that.
Okay.
Maybe some,
Zesty, huh?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you know what I mean, white cheddar popcorn. Or maybe some gummies. You know, some Sour Patch Kids. You know, maybe you gotta hydrate. It's very important. Very important.
Yeah.
Since I've been in Colorado, it's been very interesting, this whole marijuana journey that
Mountains are beautiful.
we've been on.
Been brisk. I like it.
Yeah, I would have to say that, from here, I would have to say that my what I would say I was snacking, because I was snacking on apples.
Okay. One a day.
Well, I eat apples naturally, but I'm talking about after we had, I had that whole fruit bowl salad thing. It was delicious.
Look at you.
And then also too, what else did I have?
You could be clean and be a smoker. You
No,
know what I'm
I
saying?
did
No,
have.
he means in terms of the munchies.
Oh,
Not
but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
smokers.
But but afterwards,
There's healthy
And then what
smokers.
was it? What
People
else did
talk
I-
about how weed
Colorado.
supports physical fitness in the body. Before and after people work out, sometimes they smoke.
Yeah.
Because they feel better.
Ricky Williams
I was
used to.
gonna say
Right.
But I think we do need to talk about one thing though. So when people
is there such thing as over abusing?
Oh, it's definitely a thing as over abusing. The minute
definitely.
that you let it affect your
Life.
ability. Yeah, exactly.
Motor skills.
AKA Josh Gordon.
AKA,
Yeah.
no, something's wrong with Josh.
No, there's nothing wrong.
You can't love weed that much though.
Obviously he does.
No.
Obviously he
No.
does.
Not a professional athlete.
Listen,
No, there's
First of
something
all,
else wrong with Josh.
listen,
You can't love weed that much.
One of the negative
What weed is he smoking?
we
Gotta
haven't
ask
done
Matt
enough.
Barnes.
First of all, there has not been enough research done to be able to say yes or no to that. We don't know the true addictive natures of marijuana. Don't get me wrong. You listen. There have been certain people who smoke
Good vibes, nigga. That's what.
but then there's
Sometimes even better.
obviously-
Yeah.
Listen, you can get addicted to anything, right? Some people
Depending on
do, some people
personality.
don't. Does there need to be Josh Gordon does open up. There needs to be a conversation about some people not being able to stop smoking.
He needs a 30 for 30.
He does.
Oh, he's gonna get a 30 for 30.
He is.
So is Jameis Winston.
Yeah, his whole fuckery. Yeah, it's a perfect 30 for 30.
I don't think people care enough, though. I think the weed population
No,
people care.
no.
But I don't think the general population people.
30 for 30s listen, his 30 for 30 could be in fucking 2030 or 2035, 20. You see what I'm saying? Like it don't have to happen now.
That's true.
But like you said, when it gets older and marijuana's been legalized for a while, and then maybe when there starts to become a conversation on, possible addiction to marijuana,
Right.
some of the negative side effects that we don't necessarily know because there has not been enough extensive research into it because it hasn't been legalized federally.
That would be
You
a
see what I'm
fire
saying?
30 for 30.
It
Yeah,
would
definitely.
be completely interesting. So maybe, like you said, so around that time, it could
That'd
be
be a fire 30 for 30.
Before we head out, because
Right.
I heard we got to go to the bar and get more of these delicious snacks. Shout out to Boulder. Mm-hmm. What are some of the crazy strands that you've either heard about or enjoyed? I know sometimes I'm more of a sativa guy. So I could like to be creative. I like to be able, not stuck in the couch, as they would say. What are some of the things you guys heard of that you guys are like, wow, I want to try this, or this is crazy, or because sometimes people come up with some weird weed names, but now we're in Boulder, we see official shit with actual real names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
That's another
Bubble
question I want to
Purple
ask
Purple,
too.
You know what I mean? Like some shit, I see some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I think the craziest thing I ever did was when we were out here earlier was when we had the joint that had the what do you guys call it? The keef.
Okay.
It had the keef in there with some crazy, like the weed was really colorful. I don't know what it was. It was really colorful. It had the keef on there, and then it had the wax on the outside of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember that's
that.
what? Yeah. That was a hell of a ride.
Yeah. I felt like Seth Rogen high.
Yeah, right. Like it was like,
You know
oh,
what I mean? I'm about to write a movie. What about you? What do you think? What are some? Throw some names out there. I know you're
Are you a little
sativa connoisseur.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
You enjoy the finer gas, if you will.
You're asking me for my favorite or just some crazy names that I've heard?
Maybe both.
Okay. Favorite, I'm probably gonna have to go with Sour Diesel, classic.
Okay, I forgot this is 05. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Classic. For the pot smokers out there, they know what Sour can do. Same for Runts too, for those that are the new generation smokers and shit like that.
What the fuck is a Runts?
It's that gas.
It ain't no V12. It's like
What
a
the
V8.
fuck is Runts?
It's like a V8.
What's that?
It's a V8.
See? What the? Okay, continue, please.
Stick to your job over there, all right?
You ever heard of 2 Chainz?
Listen, I don't even smoke
I
like
get geeked, boy. I be
Listen,
too geeked,
only
boy.
when I'm in Colorado, Massachusetts, or anywhere that is legal am I
Geek,
smoking
boy.
some marijuana.
We got to go to Cali next, man.
Fuck that. We got to go to Amsterdam now.
Yeah, I'm going to say, fuck Cali. I don't want to go to San Francisco and see people shit in the streets.
I want to go get geeked, boy. I want to go get geeked in a coffee shop.
But back to his,
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sour and Runts, and I guess one of the craziest names that I've heard that I've actually got the opportunity to experiment with is called Trainwreck. I know some the fans might have heard of that. Some gas. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like some of that. My personal favorite. I like the purple punch. I like the purple shits. You know what I mean? I like the purple haze too. You know what I mean? The Cameron shits. You know what I mean?
All right, now, what's a crazy name of some bud that you heard?
Crazy.
Well, Purple Haze is bringing us back to 05 as well, as you said, the farm.
Yeah, you want to talk about my Sour.
I was talking about Purple Haze. Like
you talking about the Cameron album? Like,
Yeah,
come
I'm
on,
talking
bro.
about the Cameron album, yeah.
The Cameron days.
Yeah, but
05.
some crazy names I've heard. Peanut butter breath. That shit is weird. Yeah.
See, a lot of these weed names I feel is that people just making up out of nowhere and it's still the same fucking weed.
Shit was kind of fire.
I heard some shit called Cheetah Piss.
One of my favorites though.
That's crazy, right?
I forgot because there's so many Kush babies and Kush cousins. Platinum Kush. I like the platinum.
Okay.
Platinum
Respect
Kush
it.
is, it's definitely respectable.
Very strong.
Maybe some Bubba. You know what I mean? There.
Yeah, OG Kush. Can't
Bubba, I
forget
feel
the
that
OG.
Bubba's kind of weak.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
From coming from somebody who really doesn't smoke that much and only smokes in the legal states. But yes, Bubba Kush is completely weak.
And I'm not mad at him for having that perspective.
I am not like if somebody says they have Bubba Kush and that's all they have, okay.
Damn.
And what I mean by that is I mean the dispensaries. When you go there, because sometimes the motherfuckers be sold out. Like
I just walked to another one. Fuck it.
Yeah, there's a lot of them over here.
But yeah,
I'm
that
lazy.
Bubba's
I'm only
slow.
good to-
He,
Right?
He's a purple man. He loves purple.
I like the perps. You know what I mean? But I like the shit that's gonna have me, but not too. I'm in the clouds, but I'm not in Jupiter and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need to be.
Trying to be on Mars. I
Yeah.
feel you.
So, we're gonna talk about. This is the first time we actually even ventured off into this. Just like these new companies need to do and expand and adopt into new ideologies and new topics. We've done that.
It's all about being open-minded, baby.
We have now. We are giving
absolutely.
them
Gotta be open-minded,
a
baby.
blueprint to how companies should be in the next 5 to 10 years and start learning and talking about weed.
Because it's not that bad of a thing. This isn't.
It's the plant of love, man.
Listen. If anybody's offended by this podcast, y'all could really go eat.
They
a dick.
they wouldn't even be here if
'Cause-
they're offended. We're like 50,
you're right.
50 episodes deep at this point.
You right.
If they're listening, they fuck with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
right.
if they're sensitive about the
You're
topic, then
And if
watch another episode. They have plenty of episodes to go tune into. So
And
be
then you
sure
can
to do
bitch
that.
about some more things too. But all I'm saying is that listen, these motherfuckers have beer podcasts and they have fucking they have liquor podcasts.
They do.
Listen, I'm not mad at that. Y'all do y'all thing. But
smokers
but
podcast.
but there is no There's no stigma. Like, of course, there's a stigma towards, like, alcoholics and things like that. But the way that y'all look at weed sometimes, and the way that y'all like to try to come at, individuals who do smoke weed, it's absolutely asinine and ridiculous. You really need to go check yourself. Because honestly, if some of y'all family members were smoking weed instead of, that dope, aka that heroin, heroin,
they might be
what I'm
still.
saying? You feel me? You figure deal me? Or maybe
and it saves lives, man.
if marijuana was legal, then you know what I'm saying? Your sons and your daughters that you crying about, who are hooked up on all of these, Vicodin and these Percocets and all these, prescription drugs that are just completely doped.
Bar.
You see what I'm saying? Well, I wasn't even going there, but completely just filled with negativity, and it's literally killing their insides.
Literally.
Maybe you wouldn't be so mad and looking at the rest of us who like to, maybe take a joint to, decompress at the end of the day, the same way you may like to take, your cigarette or your cigar or your wine.
Right.
So don't come at us and get mad and upset. Just listen. What we need for you to do is grab a dick and choke on it. All right? Because we don't give a fuck. All right. Now listen.
Well, all right. I was gonna say, how about toed up? How about that? You know what I mean?
I was gonna say try to be open minded.
Because you know what's happening? The Colorado is leaving me. And we probably got to go.
And the New York is coming back.
And the New York is coming back.
Sounds like you got to retoke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we in Colorado.
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day. Oh shit, that was Marcus number 2. That's a Colorado Marcus. Yo, listen, y'all gotta come out here to Boulder, Colorado and check out Social Media House.
Yeah, man. I love it out here, man.
Listen, isn't it crazy how Social Media House has got stations in all 50 states?
Yeah.
Are y'all overseas too? Yo, son, they checked out overseas. Yo, listen.
I always wanted to go.
Listen, I need to listen, you in the Caribbean islands, you need to holla at them, God.
Yeah. Social Media Japan. We
Shout
out
out
there.
to DC Young Fly.
We out there. Konnichiwa, bitches.
Well, listen, this has been a great educational, fun, fruitful podcast. I'm high.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Maha. Yeah.
Hey. Okay.
Episode name? Is that what you?
Maha, yeah.
Maybe.
like
Not gonna lie, we've said that word a lot of times. Why not?
All right.
Why not?
Yeah, Maha. You'll see it. You'll see it coming soon.
Stay tuned.
All right. Well, listen.
Any
I'm
last
Dean.
words?
Because we are really off because we are really in Colorado.
Hey man,
Yeah, we are.
Black of the Berry here. Thank you for tuning in. Here with my brother Dean. Here with my brother Los. Man, we here getting it. You guys, you want to finish? You want to keep concluding?
Take your fucking hand off me. Don't you ever do that shit on my show. That's like touching that. That's not how you do this shit. What up, everybody? It's Black of the Berry. That's the big dog, fucking Dean. It's the Madman Los. It's Berry Gang Chris here. He trying to do some shit. Don't ever do that shit. What? Listen, you ain't never smoking runts again, motherfucker. We love y'all, man. Peace, love, and chicken.
We love y'all, man.
Hey.
Peace.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
Love y'all.